What's up, everybody? It's Draymond Green. Make sure you subscribe to the Volumes YouTube channel below so you don't miss any more of this great content going forward. Moving forward, as everyone wants to talk about how we whoop that trick or lack thereof. Tonight got away. It got a little out of hand pretty quick. I mean, we played decent in the first quarter. Not great, but it was okay. But it got out of hand, and I think for us, what we have to realize is this is not the same team we were playing to start this series. And so you almost have to make the adjustment in this series for us as if we're starting an entirely different series. You know, you go from series to series, your pick and roll covers may be one thing in the series before, and then you change it the following series. That's kind of where we're at now. Is like you kind of have to rethink the whole game plan because our game plan was built around Ja Morant. And it's not that anymore. And they're a totally different team. They're a totally different team without Ja. More guys touch the ball. You kind of gotta account for more guys on a normal basis when Ja isn't on the floor. They're also a different team defensively when Ja isn't on the floor. And I think that's something that's been understated as well, is like, you know, you're putting Ja into actions and different things like that. And you're not really doing that now defensively because they have a bunch of like-sized guys. They're switching things and like different stuff of that nature. So we have to approach this next game as an entirely different series. And what adjustments are we making from series to series and approach this next game like that? Because that's just a totally different team than we were playing. And the game plan that we had, and by the way, this isn't like our coaches screwed us and no, we got punched. And it's on us, the players. It's not on the coaches at all. But us as players and coaches, we all have to make the adjustments that we need to make, like I said, as if we were changing series. So that'll happen when you turn the ball over 22 times. You give up 18 offensive rebounds. That's tough to overcome. You add in that they shot the lights out the ball. It's tough to overcome and win, especially their season is on the line. Like they're scrapping. They have nothing to lose. So for them, it's like we coming out guns blazing. We got nothing to lose. And we have to understand that. And I don't think our approach was as such. It's like this is a closeout game and it's going to be very, very hard to close this team out. We understand that now. And so we move forward knowing that this is going to be tough. This team isn't going to lay down. Let's make the adjustments that we need to make. But the number one adjustment has to be not turning the ball over. The thing is, we haven't been great not turning the ball over all series. But what we had been great at is rebounding the basketball. And so, whereas we were rebounding the basketball great offensively and defensively, we didn't rebound it well on either side tonight. And now you couple that with 22 turnovers, and then also you add on the way they shot the ball. You probably, I still wouldn't think we would lose by 50, but you probably lose that game. And so I don't think it's anything for us to panic about. We understand, all right, this is a different team. We have to play this team differently. We have to approach this game 6 differently. Going back home crowd, get the crowd into it, and come out and put your hard hats on. And I think that's what we got to do. That's where we're at. We got to control the paint better. I know at one point during the game, I looked up the points in the paint was like 46-14 or something crazy like that. Like, you can't win games like that unless Steph Curry is 11 for 16 from 3 and Klay Thompson is 11 for 15 from 3. Like, you can't get outscored in the paint like that. So that's two things that a couple things that we have to do better, and I think we will do better. I thought very early in the game the turnovers weren't bad, and then they just got out of hand and got out of control. So We go back to the drawing board. Travel day tomorrow. Have shoot around on Friday. Put in our adjustments and get ready to play Game 6. Nobody said it'll be easy. So that's what we do. Now, I had fun at the game tonight with whoop that trick, get him, whoop that trick. I mean, it was live in there when they played that, by the way. And as you know, I started waving my towel because for me, I talk a lot. I talk junk. I communicate. Like I'm a talker. And I don't respect guys who, when it's all beautiful and you winning and everything's going great, you yapping. And then when it's not, you just sit there. I don't respect those guys because a real one gonna talk no matter what. No matter what the situation is, if I got something to say, I'm saying that. Like, I love silence in the crowd on the road. I take pride in that. There's no better feeling. Well, guess what? When they got the upper hand and they embracing it and they going crazy, you can't sit there like this. Like, nah, all right, they got it. What's up? You ain't gonna never see me sweat. So, yeah, I was waving my towel. And they talking about whoop that trick. Yeah, we whooping that trick together. Like, I'm gonna have a good time in here too. So I enjoyed that moment. And like I said, it was hopping in there. Anytime I had an opportunity to be in environments like that, I love it. You don't get those environments often. So that was cool. They got the 1, 2, 3, 4, all that stuff. Like, you see it, you note it, and you move forward. So I'm looking forward to Game 6. Jackson, let's get a couple mailbag questions. You got something for me?
I do. Not a lot of basketball stuff tonight because I figure we'll do one basketball question, then we'll do some kind of more fun stuff. From MJ Velasco at Velasco AMJ. From your POV, what separates a playoff team from a championship team?
Playoff team. Playoff teams get to the playoffs. They make a lot of mistakes. But playoff teams usually have like really big weaknesses. Championship teams don't have really big weaknesses. As they go along, they make less mistakes. They don't give up big leads. They win the games that they're supposed to win, and they go on the road and win games that they're not supposed to win. That's championship teams. Playoff teams lose games that they're supposed to win. They never win on the road. Those are some of the differences, key differences in playoff teams and championship teams.
From Rick Conant at Capricord_1978. Are you going to let the snow cap on your chin grow out, or are you going to color it?
I am not. I don't know yet. I'm not going to say never, and then y'all hold me to that. But I like it. I rock with it, man. That's you go through life, man. Number one, I play a very high stress sport. Testosterone levels are, you're like, and so that adds to it. I think that's a part of the reason you see like guys in the NBA go bald fast, and like you gotta think about the ups and the downs. Like, that's crazy spikes, and so I rock with it. My wife liked it, but sometimes she'd be like, "Nah, you think you want to diet?" So I don't know. Ultimately, Hazel going to decide if I'm gonna darken it up or if I'm just gonna roll with it. But I'm rolling with it right now, baby. I'm rolling.
All right, last one from Luca at Luca24990629. What advice do you have for a 16-year-old 6'1" guard trying to make it big? I think you can sort of take this for just all sort of basketball players that age trying to make it to the next level.
Well, I think as a 16-year-old guard, number one is you should be working on your jump shot as you see how important shooting the ball is in this league, and I think you should take pride in the defensive end. There are so many guards today that don't take pride in that end, and ultimately it catches up to you. And I think not being a mismatch on the floor and taking pride on that side of the ball, it means something. And especially as a guard, like, you want your guys to know, like, all right, this guy's going to compete on that side of the ball. And that's a part of being a leader, And so I think shooting the ball well, take pride on the defensive end, and then obviously don't be a guard that can't dribble the basketball. If you can't dribble the basketball, there is a cap on how good you can be at basketball if you can't dribble. So work on your handle, know how to handle pressure, work on your jump shot, and play some God defense. I'm working on cursing.